Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. Oh, look at that wind blower on there. And I'm seeing nitrous solenoids as well. Blower and nitrous. I like it. Car hasn't slowed down, I don't think.
No, it hasn't. It sounds okay.
It does sound okay. Welcome back to the Tesla Plaid channel. We'd like to get back to the drag strip this week, even though it's going to be quite a while before we get the parts and get this car fully repaired. So we're focusing on just the mechanicals and making sure that the structural integrity is good. We took the car in for an alignment yesterday, and they said the rear alignment was actually within spec. We're pulling the wheels off now. We're going to put the Nittos back on. The Nittos are on a 20-inch Martian MW03 wheel. We're going to leave the Martians on for the next several weeks until after the car is fully repaired. That'll give us a chance to either resurface or replace this one rear wheel right here. All right, now with the 19-inch wheels removed from the back axle, it's clear that the wheels actually not suffered really any damage at all. I mean, not even so much as a real curb rash. I mean, you hit a curb and you're going to have a big scratch along the edge, and although it looks like that, really what we've got is just white paint that's rubbed off onto this wheel. You know, there's no abrasion actually here. I know it looks like abrasion, but it's completely smooth in all of these spots. So not even enough impact to put the scrape that you'd get from a curb on these wheels. Add that to the fact that the alignment was just fine on the rear axle, and I'm feeling pretty good about the situation here. Mechanically, really looks to me like we're in good shape. The alignment's fine. The wheel doesn't have a scratch. We're replacing the wheels anyway. Visual inspection of all the parts is just fine. Again, how could we possibly have done any damage to any of the suspension components, bearings, etc., without throwing the alignment off whatsoever? All right, we got the Nittos back on. I think we're ready to race. Let's head out to Showtime Dragstrip. Showtime Dragstrip, February 16th, 2022. The Plaid is still rolling. It's in the mid-70s right now. Could be high 60s later. There's a ton of cars out here, a ton of trailers too. I don't know if there's some upcoming event or something, but there's like a dozen trailers out here tonight. And a lot of cars I haven't seen before. And a few familiar ones. I just heard him talking about 30 pounds of boost in this Hellcat motor. I've raced this modified Hellcat Charger out of Bradenton a couple of times. He actually beat my other Tesla. Sounded pretty good. I saw the Cougar there just ran a 640 with an 01 reaction. How's it going, man? I think it'll get under a 650. I don't know if he's made any recent mods, but based on the last tune that I saw him have, I'm guessing maybe a 640 or 650. We're going to go solo on this first pass after the accident, and we're going to see if we can spin the tires just a little bit here. We're going to do a combination of track mode and drag strip mode both. We're at peak performance ready. It's not one to burn out at all. How's it going, Dusty?
How are you, Andrew?
Good, good.
What number are you?
Oh, sorry, I'm 16.
Andrew's number 16.
Thank you. All right, we're going to get up and we're going to drop the suspension, assuming it will allow us to do that in this mode. Why not here? Preparing for launch. We're going to let it get all the way down here. Here we go. Oh yeah. Felt like a good pass. So we have a combination of drag strip mode and track mode going here at the same time. It absolutely would not let us spin the tires. In fact, it was chirping less than it would without track mode on. Track mode does buy you some additional data here on the dash, but I'm not seeing anything that's particularly valuable for drag racing. Hey Tom.
611, 119.
Sometimes you have to get right back on the horse, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I know. That's the same thing I told my wife, but
that was a good first pass, an interesting mix of drag strip mode and track mode. We ran a 611 at 119.3 miles an hour with a 152 60 foot, and I let it get fully dropped into launch mode. I'm gonna make another pass here back to back, but just with straight drag strip mode without any of the track mode settings turned on. And I bet you I can beat that 611 as long as we have traction. The track was prepped at 6 o'clock. It's now about 7:15, and there've been a lot of street tires going down this track, so hard to say exactly what we're gonna get traction wise, but we'll do it. Hey David, how's it going, man?
All right, how you doing?
Really good, really good. Hey, do you have a preference to be in the left lane?
Doesn't matter to me.
I got my cameras over here. You wanna? Can we swap?
Want to go to the left?
I want your lane.
Okay, all right, the left.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Thanks, David. All right, man. All right, we're gonna race David Turner's Charger. He's got a significantly modified Hellcat over there. I think he's flirting with a high 9 on the quarter mile, and he's definitely beaten me in the other Tesla before. If you get in the 9s, I got a 9-second car to run you
That's
with.
right, I know that, I know.
You gotta give me the rematch.
All right.
Thanks, David.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like the way the car feels better without track mode on. Yeah, more predictable. More like what I'm used to here. And I'm gonna try to get as far as I can into launch mode. Here we go. Obviously we killed him on the light. I did see him run a mid-6 earlier, so it could have been a competitive race if he had been on the tree, but it looked like he was a half-second behind me on the tree already, so maybe he was having some kind of a staging issue there. So I'm quite confident that pass is going to be faster than the previous one. We ran a 6:11 on the last pass. This should be a 6:0 most likely, because the car gets warmer, the batteries are discharging the energy faster as everything warms up through and through for multiple passes back to back.
607, 119, 148, 60 foot, and a 400.
I knew it was going to get faster. Nice. Nice. So we got some good numbers on this ticket. We ran a 607 at 119.1 miles an hour with a 148 60 foot and a 400 at the half track. Reaction was actually not that great. I was trying to get all the way down into the launch control, and we did that, but a 0.167 reaction. He was clearly having some problems on that pass. I saw him run a 650 just a few minutes ago. How's it going, David?
Man, you're taking off like a rocket ship.
He certainly is, without a doubt.
You had a good pass before,
Yeah.
had a good pass after,
Yeah.
but not a good pass
And
early.
I tried to, I was telling them, I tried to bump it in
Yeah,
and
yeah.
keep my RPMs up.
Yeah.
And then I messed it up.
It stumbled down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. I didn't get off good.
He got race gas, I believe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I did.
Uh-oh. I
So you'll notice that most of the cars at the drag strip allow the engines to cool off. They put the hood up, wait at least 10 minutes, sometimes 15 or 20 between passes. So Tesla doesn't need nearly that much time. I'm still in peak performance ready. I'll make my third pass probably within 10 minutes of my first. This RX-7 is fast. We've seen this Rotary make some passes. We're going to run back to back after all against this yellow Camaro. All right, let's see what this yellow Camaro's got. Our cameras are on the wrong side for this race. We didn't have any time to switch them over. And we're also not in peak performance ready anymore. That's all right. Out of the hole just a tiny bit, not sure why. It was like the brakes didn't release as fast as they normally do when I let go of the pedal. I saw I had a 144 reaction on the board. I think would have been a little better than that if the car would have left when I told it to, but there was a little bit of a delay there.
612, 119.
612. All right. Well, the car hasn't slowed down, I don't think.
No, it hasn't.
So,
Looks good to me, you know.
Nothing to complain about.
Sounds okay.
It does sound okay. Yeah, I can tell from the 60 foot that the launch wasn't as good as the previous. We were 153 60 foot. We ran a 612 at 119.4. That Camaro ran a 696 at 97.5. He had an excellent reaction time in 024 and an excellent 60 foot at 149, right around the same as our best tonight, which is 148. By half track, however, I was 406 to his 444. I had way more top end than he did. We're about 22 miles an hour faster at the finish line. Maybe we'll take a break till after they re-prep the track and make a couple more passes. Chevelle run. The white Charger can make a good pass. I'm picking the Charger. Charger all day long. Charger ran a 664 at 110.3. That pass would have given me a better race. Get a better reaction time too. Don't usually have lines out here at Showtime, but we do tonight. They're resurfacing the track right now. We're kind of in the halfway point intermission and the cars are lined up to make passes. All kinds of interesting new cars out here tonight. Check out the 68 Camaro SS. It's got a blower on it. Oh, look at that wind blower on there. And I'm seeing nitrous solenoids as well. A blower and nitrous. I like it. Big Hoosier slicks on here. Maybe we can get lined up after the break. I've never seen this Camaro run before. I'm liking what I'm seeing though. performance ready. Warmed up really quick. It's been close to an hour since our last pass, but it only took 2 minutes to warm up this time. I'm surprised. It's 77 degrees out here though, that's why. Race wasn't as close as I expected it to be, but what makes that run so fun for me is a car like that back in the 80s, that would just be mind-blowing. Show up at the street races or whatever the strip is with a frickin' blower and big nitrous solenoids. This goes to show how much horsepower inflation there's been in the last 40 years. Back then, 400 or 500 horsepower was a monster. Now you gotta have 1,000.
609, 180.
All right, nice. Other thing's got a blower and nitrous?
Yeah.
Yeah! All our reaction's been slow tonight. Another 0.2, but that's all right. It hasn't cost us any races. We ran a 609 at 118.1 with a 0.201 reaction. Blown Camaro with nitrous oxide ran a 692 at 98.7. Hit a 0.151 reaction, so he treated us. 60 foot's pretty close. I ran a 149 to his 151. But clearly, the second half of the track was all Tesla. 20 miles an hour faster at the finish line. We had some problems with the inside camera on that last race. I want to apologize for those technical difficulties. We got a rematch lined up here with the white Charger, and he thinks he's going to run under 650 on this pass. He's got it turned up. The track's, I think, in pretty good shape. He had some issues on our last run getting out of the hole. I'm hoping he has a cleaner launch on this pass. I'm hoping he has his fastest run of the night. I don't think I've got enough margin to give him the move, so we'll take it off the tree. Let's see if we can cut another 6.0 here on this run. All right, he's going to try to bump in. He's trying to build some boost over there. That gives me time to get all the way into launch control. Oh, 052, that's good reaction. That's a good pass right here. We're at 83% battery state of charge after that run, and that was peak performance ready, and we got deep into launch mode. Sorry, did I say 83% battery state of charge? It's at 81% now. I think it just hadn't adjusted for the pass yet. We started a little lower on battery charge tonight than usual. We used to always try to get here with 94, 95%, but I haven't been pushing it that high. We had only 92% we got here tonight. That's fine.
619, 117.
619 and 117. Slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Felt like a good pass seat of the pants, but 619 at 117.8. The Charger had a good pass, 653 at 110.4. One of his better passes tonight. Had an 052 reaction, and he had a 0.342. So that extra third of a second there put us way out, and then we finished 0.63 ahead of him at the finish line. He had a 156 60 foot to our 155, so our 60 foots were almost identical. And I think if I'd given him the move and responded with about a 0.3 reaction, that would have been dead even at the finish line. because my 619 plus 0.3 of a second would have been a 649 to his 653. So yeah, I was concerned that giving him the move would have been too much, and it might well have been. Fun race. That's good 650, man.
Yes, sir.
Was that your best pass
That
tonight?
was my best pass, yeah.
All right, I wasn't sure if you cut a 640 or not. So you had like a 655. That was a 653 on that one.
It said something. What you say? Say it again.
I think you had a 655 in a previous pass, something like that.
Yeah, six.
And then a 53 on that one.
Yeah, 53 on this one. So,
Nice.
so my goal tonight, because in Orlando we did a private track event.
Yep.
And I did for this soft style, I looked up my time slip, and I ran a 649.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, I ran a 649, and it was a 9.9, like, you know what I'm saying? 9, yeah, almost 10, you know, 10.
So this would have been right around a 10.0.
Yes.
With this car, and you're on the way it pulls on the power.
That's it.
And you were well over 100 miles an hour. So I think you trap over 130, don't you?
Yeah.
On the corner?
Right now I'm trapping around. Actually, here we go right here.
It was like 134, 135, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it's 130. Let me check. I think it's 138. But here we go. Let's see. So this is. Here we go. So 138.
101.
Yeah, 139.89.
Yeah.
So right now what we're doing, because I got 2 competitions coming up in Bradenton and Orlando in March. My tuner, he's like, I want every week. And I got my laptop and data log, and he's like, every week I want you either here or Bradenton doing test and tune, so you can get seat time, get your lunch down, so it can be just automatic, you know.
Yeah. So the competition that you're running is a fixed index where you have to be like over 10.0, like some of those ones, or
I'm doing in Bradenton, I'm doing the him and shootout, and then in Orlando, it's the 10. I signed up for the 10.0 index.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the 10.0 index. Yeah.
So you're right there.
Yeah, I'm right
Hopefully
there.
you don't bust out.
That's it. That's it. So,
but I think you'll know, and then obviously you have the other car next to you to, you know, and if
to
he's
gauge it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if he's a little behind you, then whatever. Assuming everyone's running 10.0.
And this is my first time at this track, and so I think is in my head to whereas the first couple of passes, it seems like it's narrow to me, you know, and so
these tracks are definitely different.
Okay, I'm like, man, you know,
even reaction times in the tree, you know, I can like get it down to where I can like hit this tree pretty good, and then I go to another track and you got to adjust again because either the tree is maybe not the same distance
or the same speed.
Yeah, they're just little variances.
But I was like, you know what? Because I've been lunching a little soft all night. Yeah. So tonight, this run, I was like, you know what? We just send it.
You have any traction issues out here tonight?
No, that's good. I've been hooking every time.
Good. Yeah, this track's gotten better.
Yeah.
They didn't have the right prep stuff for a while. There were a couple months like end of.
So you're the one last year.
Yeah, that's me, man. Yeah, thanks, man.
Very good, Ron.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You guys, you jumped, you got him. And then you guys.
Yeah, we had almost identical 60 foots. I don't know if you saw that. Our 60 foots were almost the same. I think I was
155 and I was 156.
So real close 60
You guys look good running down there, man. Jesus.
Hey, when he had his other Tesla, you know, he
was
said,
beating me.
I beat him, right? So he said, hey, Dave, you gonna give me another one? I get the Plaid. I'm like, you know, I'll give you another one. I'm running a 9.4. Yeah, I'm not there.
Are we roughly even? Did you beat me twice in the other car or once?
Once.
Only once?
Yeah, once.
But this is the first time we ran with the Plaid in this car, right?
Yeah. That's the first time with the Plaid.
So I'm up on you 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
But you didn't have a good pass on your first one tonight. But so we'll call it 1-1. We'll see where it goes from there.
He's gonna make me go back in the shop.
Well, I'm glad you're hooking up and everything.
Oh, yes, sir.
Always a pleasure, David.
Yes.
See if we can get lined up for one last pass. Got a Fox body out here. All right, one more run tonight. We're running against this Nova SS here. Sounds pretty serious. All right, we think we can find some traction over here on the side of the track. All right, here we go. Here we go. I usually don't get that far off on the left, but that's where I was being told the traction was at. Felt like the car was hunting for traction a little bit. This will probably be like a 620 pass.
614, 117,
614.
49, 60 foot, you know?
That's really good for the end of the night.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised the traction hasn't gone away, you know?
I got way on the far left side of the track. I had my right tire in the middle and my left tire was way off in the edge. But cool. All right, Tom, I will see you next week.
All right.
614 at 117.7. Mile an hour is coming off a little bit. Again, not a great reaction. 149 60 foot, and the Nova was a 165 60 foot. You ran a 770 at 87 miles an hour. I don't think it was that car's best pass. It was a fun night of racing. We had a lot of good runs. Had some issues with this inside camera, but we'll get that resolved for next week. Won every race tonight, even though we didn't have great reaction times. I don't know, I was a little bit tentative for some reason, either because of what happened last week or just not wanting to red light and lose it on the tree. Looking back at last week here, only had 3 races, the 2 against the 69 Camaro and then that truck, and all 3 of those races were won because the other car red lit, and all 3 of those races were against cars that ran faster ETs against us. So when I'm running against a faster ET, I want to cut a close light. When I'm running against a slower car, there's really no point to red light or even risk red lighting. So yeah, I should at least be under a 1/10 of a second. And we got a surprise coming up here in 2 weeks from today. You'll see that soon enough. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Tesla Plaid channel. Sometimes you have to get right back on the horse, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I know. That's the same thing I told my wife. I bought a 550 LTD in 1980.
Yeah.
So she wanted a bike too, so I bought her a Honda 750.
Okay.
And no, it was a 550K or whatever.
Yeah.
So I took her out and we were riding, you know, and I told her before we left, I said, don't go into any mud puddles because you're not sure how deep they are.
Yeah.
So I was lit. We went out, we did some practicing, and then we were on our way back. And we decided to go into King of Pizza, and there's a bunch of holes there, you know, and they're full of water.
Yeah.
She ran into the first one, and it went end
no,
over end.
oh,
She was standing up, you know, and she was watching the bike go end over end. So I went out there, and I picked it up, you know, and I said, how you doing? She says, oh, I'm okay. And I said, well, are you ready to go? And she says, where? And I said, you got to ride the bike back to the house. I said, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bikes, man.
Did you get it fixed or no?
Well, not the cosmetics. I'm structurally good. I got new wheels on. I got alignment done and inspected and everything. So mechanically, I'm sound. And these are different tires and wheels than I had on the other night. These aren't the ones that got hit, but I've got cosmetics: fender, tail light, bumper, and paint. So I'll get it done in March next month. I'm scheduled.
All right.
I'll see you, Tom.
All right.
No shortage of Teslas here today. So the new X is the same color as our Raven. We plan to keep the Raven. It's my wife's daily driver. Nice to have a 10-second daily driver that runs 670s in the 8th mile. Good looking car. This thing should run 9s in the 1/4 mile. Looking forward to taking it out there. See what they think about an SUV going down the track in under 10 seconds. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this thing will do in the 8th mile. Can it do it under 650? With all this weight, over 6,000 pounds? Let's see who can be the first person to figure out what this license plate is all about.